Hey guys, it's been a while. I want to first of all thank everyone who donated towards the new shop. We are now in it. We had a lot of setbacks. We'd planned to be in here earlier this year, but speaking of setbacks, as you can see, they made us install a sidewalk and a very large van accessible handicap parking spot that we have now dubbed the helipad. So if you got a helicopter, feel free to stop by. For many of you, this is the first time seeing the new shop. And before we go inside, I'm actually going to show you a video from when we first came here to visit it. And you'll see this come a very long way. It's a lot of cleanup needed. Garage door here. Another door over there. Gonna have a bathroom over there in that corner. I figured that. So as you can see, it needed a lot of work. I think she was right when she said that this will make a great before and after, so I hope you enjoy it. Before we head inside, I thought I'd show you all my new van. For those that haven't seen it, I no longer have to haul engines in the back of my 88 924S. So this, along with the new shop, should make life a whole lot easier now. And without further delay, here is the new shop. As you can see, she's all cleaned up and painted now. All new insulation on the ceiling, all new lighting, fans to keep us cool. And then over in these two corners, we have little heaters to keep us toasty in the wintertime. Since this is our first day of operation, we haven't got everything sorted out yet. So you'll have to use your imagination a little bit as I walk you through. And it was kind of a surprise that we did get our notice of occupancy. And so I was not able to fill the shop with a bunch of cars because I didn't know if we were actually gonna get it or not. And so only one guy that was just down the road was able to get his car here to me. And this is a 1987 Maraschino Red 944S. We're gonna be doing the belt, rollers, water pump, the chain inside the cover here with new pads, among other things. We also need to take a look at this oil leak here. But overall, not a bad car. And of course, beside it, we have my 88 924S. This is daily driven, so all the pretty plating is gone, but it's still clean enough to eat off of. It does not leak anything, and everything works perfectly. Being that it has very high mileage, as you can see, the paint is very tired. I'd actually bought that white 944 that you saw earlier, so that way I could drive that while I got this car painted. Then that car got hit by a semi-truck, and then I was able to buy the van with the money. So now that I have a van, I'll hopefully be able to drive that while I get this car painted and the other one back on the road. I do need to get it cleaned up for 944 Fest, which is just about a month away. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. Now getting back to the shop, you can see over here's where I plan to keep my tools. There's about 15 feet between this bumper and the tool chest over here, so there's plenty of room to walk around. Over here is where I plan to put the office. I'll probably put some linoleum down with a little half wall going around it. Here's a view from my desk. We just recently launched Adreas.com, so be sure to check that out and contact us over there if you have any questions. Had a friend of mine donate this clock to the shop. I want to thank him again for that. It goes very well with our minimalistic decor. Down below it, I plan to put a TV, and that will just show Adreas videos 24/7. And here's where some clients can sit and watch them while we discuss their car. Next to the office here is the bathroom. It's extremely hot in here. So I'm having a bad hair day. Excuse me if I don't want to be on camera. I have a heater in here, so if it gets cold in the wintertime, after I finish filming, I'm probably gonna have to turn the fans back on. I turned them off so it'd be quiet in here. But it's very hot, as you can imagine. Now, I left these spaces open intentionally, so long-term projects, some of which are still over at the other shop, can go right here, and the shorter term projects can be closer to the door, so that way we can just get those in and out. I'm going to be telling you about one of the long-term projects here in just a second as we go that way, but right here I thought I would just point this out because I know someone's going to ask. Someone's going to say, are you planning on getting a lift? And the answer is eventually. As of right now, I do have the ceiling height, and I have a gap between these lights, which is large enough, and our concrete is thick enough to support it. So I could put one right there. I also have enough room for another one right here, but we'll just see how that goes. One may be enough, or moving forward I may need two, but yes, I do have the space for them, and I plan to eventually at least get one. So down here we just have some boxes that I've moved from the other shop. Haven't really got everything unloaded yet. These boxes will be unloaded into these totes, and then this shelving will be extended to go all the way down to the door here. And then as we break a car apart, we can take everything off, bag the bolts, label them, take all the parts, wash them, put them in the totes, and they'll go over here on the shelf. And on the shelf, it's going to be labeled the car's name, and it'll be a dry erase. I don't know if you've seen those tags, but you can put dry erase tags. So when that car leaves, you erase it and you put white 944 next. And that way you always know what that tote goes to. And so as this gets extended out through here, a lot of these boxes will get taken up off the floor. Speaking of long-term projects, the one that is going to be going down there is a turbocharged 968. So the owner of this car always wanted a turbocharged 968. And he ended up finding one, the color that he wanted, but it didn't have an engine, and it was probably best that way. So as we're looking for engines, we knew that we would have to fabricate everything in order to turbocharge the 968 engine. But he ended up coming across a wrecked turbocharged 968 that we could use all the parts from. So He wanted us to tear the engine down and rebuild it, so that's what we've done here. We took it all the way down. We put Dart and wet sleeves in. Then we put custom J&E low compression pistons in with powder rods. And then we have a Cometic head gasket. Now, this car or this engine was turbocharged before, and practically nothing had been done to the bottom end. They had just stuck a very thick 10mm head gasket on here to lower the compression, and that just wasn't good enough for us. So now it's been fully rebuilt and it's almost ready to go in the new 968 body that we have for it. This is going to be paired with this Evergreen Raptor X Turbo down here. This will retain the twin cams and the Vario cam, so this thing will be a lot of fun. Over here I have a 944 turbo engine. And as you can see, it is not on the stand because it's already got its bell housing on, which means the clutch is installed as well. So once I got it off the van, I just sort of sat it over here. But this is ready to go back in the car, and I already have the turbo for it as well. This was also rebuilt. So as soon as that car gets over here, this engine is ready to go in. So anyway, guys, that's just about gonna do it for the tour of the shop. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully we can start making a lot more fun videos in here, and they'll be a little more frequent. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank all my Patreon supporters, because these videos would not be possible without you. And anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.